Live from New Delhi, you're watching DD India Live, India's voice to the world. I'm Tanvi Taneja, coming up in the next 30 minutes. ISRO successfully performs a space docking experiment. SpaDeX becomes the fourth country in the world to master the docking technology. Last-minute crisis in the Gaza ceasefire deal. Israel accuses Hamas of reneging on parts of the deal announced earlier. And UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer aims at signing a 100-year accord to put Ukraine in the strongest position against Russia ahead of Donald Trump's return to the White House. In a historic moment for India, India's Space Research Organisation successfully performed the docking of satellites as part of their space docking experiment, or SpaDeX.
3, 2, 1, 0.
India achieves major milestones in space missions as the Indian Space Research Organisation on Thursday successfully completed the docking process of the SpaDeX satellites. This milestone places India among an elite group of nations, joining the United States, Russia and China in demonstrating the complex capability of satellite docking. Announcing the achievement, ISRO said, "Spacecraft docking successfully completed. A historic moment. Let's walk through the SpaDeX docking process. Maneuver from 15-meter to 3-meter hold point completed. Docking initiated with precision, leading to successful spacecraft capture. Retraction completed smoothly, followed by rigidization for stability. Docking successfully completed." India's President Draupadi Murmu, Prime Minister Narendra Modi congratulated ISRO and the Indian space community for achieving a significant milestone with the successful space docking of satellites. In a post on X, PM Modi lauded the efforts of Indian scientists, stating, "Congratulations to our scientists at ISRO and the entire space fraternity for the successful demonstration of space docking of satellites. It is a significant stepping stone for India's ambitious space missions in the years to come." ISRO had successfully launched the SpaDeX mission on December 30, 2024, with the primary goals of space docking. The PSLV C-60 rocket carrying two small satellites, SDX-01 Chaser and SDX-02 Target, along with 24 payloads, had lifted off from the first launchpad of the Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota, and about 15 minutes after liftoff, the two small spacecraft, weighing about 220 kg each, were launched into the 475-kilometer circular orbit as intended. SpaDeX is a revolutionary technology demonstrator designed to test the intricate process of docking two small spacecraft in low Earth orbit. This critical capability represents a giant leap for India's future space missions, including the much-anticipated Gaganyaan human space flight program, the upcoming Chandrayaan-4 lunar mission, and the envisioned Indian space station. Shivali Kumari's report for DD India.
India's Union Cabinet, chaired by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, today approved the establishment of the third launch pad at the Satish Dhawan Space Center of ISRO at Sriharikota, Andhra Pradesh. The total fund requirement is 3,984 crore rupees, including the establishment of the launch pad and the associated facilities. India's Information and Broadcasting Minister also informed that the 8th Pay Commission has been approved for central government employees and the pensioners.
थर्ड लॉन्च पैड को आज सैंक्शन किया गया है 3,985 करोड़ से। अगले 30 वर्षों को ध्यान में रखते हुए इस इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की डिज़ाइन की जा रही है। आप सब जानते हैं कि दो बड़े मिशन लिए गए हैं, जिसमें भारत अंतरिक्ष स्पेस स्टेशन बनेगा और बाय 2040 मून पर भारतीय पहुंचने की एक बड़ा जो मिशन हाथ में लिया हुआ है, उसमें इस प्रोजेक्ट का बहुत बड़ा रोल रहेगा। थर्ड लॉन्च पैड का बहुत बड़ा रोल रहेगा। विद द अप्रूवल ऑफ द थर्ड लॉन्च पैड, this huge space sector startup ecosystem which has got created, that will get a major boost. उनको एक नई facility मिलेगी, उनको एक नई capability मिलेगी.
Briefing the media, ISRO Chief Dr. V. Narayanan highlighted that the project envisages the establishment of the launch infrastructure at Sriharikota for the next generation launch vehicles of ISRO.
We are having right now 2 launch pads operational. In the first launch pad, we can launch PSLV vehicle. And second launch pad, we can launch the LVM-3 and GSLV Mark II vehicles. Honorable Prime Minister has already given the approval for the next generation launcher, NGLV. That capability is almost, the Mark III vehicle capability is 8,000 kg to low Earth orbit. This vehicle capability is 30,000 kg to low Earth orbit. And the vehicle size is something around 91 meter height. Almost 2.2 times height of the Mark III vehicle. And the lift-off mass is 1,000 ton, almost 1.5 times of Mark III vehicle. So this launch pad is capable of handling that vehicle, NGLV.
India's President Draupadi Murmu accorded a ceremonial welcome to the President of Singapore, Tharman Shanmugaratnam, at the forecourt of Rashtrapati Bhavan on Thursday. Prime Minister Narendra Modi was also present on the occasion. Shanmugaratnam inspected a guard of honour, after which he met with various delegates. Speaking on the occasion, he said that since Singapore's independence in 1965, the relations between both countries has grown by bounds. Shanmugaratnam added that the two countries are exploring initiatives in sustainability and digital peace. The Singapore president said that they are working on cooperating on semiconductors and net zero industrial parks. Shanmugaratnam said that both the countries are now on a new trajectory with the upgrade of their relations to a comprehensive strategic partnership, which was announced during Prime Minister Narendra Modi's last visit to Singapore in September last year.
India was one of the first few countries to recognize Singapore's independence in 1965. And since then, our relationship has grown by bounds. It's a natural partnership between a small country, Singapore, and a very large country, India. But we found ways to cooperate in ways that are our mutual interests in a whole range of areas. Our business relationships are thriving. In fact, Singapore is the largest investor in India for many years now. Our defense relationship is strong. Our relationship in skilling has been very active in recent years, and it continues to grow.
The Singapore president later visited Rajghat and paid tributes to Mahatma Gandhi, the father of the nation. President Tharman will hold discussions with President Draupadi Murmu at Rashtrapati Bhavan this evening. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will also meet with the President of Singapore. The state visit by the island country's president marks the 60th anniversary of diplomatic relations between India and Singapore. India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh on Thursday held a telephonic conversation with the UK's Secretary of State for Defence, John Haley. The two ministers briefly discussed the ongoing defence cooperation issues and emphasised on the need to maintain momentum in the bilateral ties. Defence Minister of India and UK Secretary of State for Defence reviewed the excellent progress made between the two countries in niche defence technology areas such as that of electric propulsion and jet engines. They expressed satisfaction over the recent signing of the Statement of Intent on electric propulsion. The two ministers also reviewed the ongoing program on the exchange of military instructors in each other's training institutes. With the increased focus of the UK on the Indo-Pacific, both sides will explore the possibilities of joint work and enhanced maritime engagements in 2025. In a move to strengthen bilateral ties and focus on advanced energy cooperation between India and the United States, the Biden administration on Wednesday announced to lift sanctions on 3 Indian entities: Indian Rare Earth, Indira Gandhi Atomic Research Center and Bhabha Atomic Research Center. According to the US Bureau of Industry and Security, the removal of these entities will support US foreign policy objectives by reducing barriers to advanced energy cooperation, including joint research and development and science and technology cooperation towards shared energy security needs and goals. The official release comes a week after US National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan made the announcement on Washington's behalf during his visit to New Delhi. Bureau of Industry and Security also added 11 entities to its entity list, targeting organizations in China for activities contrary to US national security and foreign policy interests. India's Union Cabinet has approved the creation of the 8th Central Pay Commission to review and suggest salary changes for more than 1 crore central government employees and pensioners. During a cabinet meeting, Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav said that the Prime Minister has approved this pay commission for all central government employees.
माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने केंद्र सरकार के सभी कर्मचारियों के लिए 8th सेंट्रल पे कमीशन को मंजूरी दे दी है। प्रधानमंत्री जी ने एक रेगुलर रिदम के साथ पे कमीशन बनाने का जो एक संकल्प लिया है, उसके हिसाब से 2016 में लास्ट पे कमीशन 7th पे कमीशन स्टार्ट हुआ था, तो 2026 में इसका टर्म कंप्लीट होता है। उससे वेल बिफोर 2025 में 8th पे कमीशन स्टैब्लिश करने से sufficient time मिलेगा so that the recommendations can be received well before the completion of the period of 7th pay commission.
Bollywood actor Seff Ali Khan was stabbed at least 6 times by an unidentified attacker who entered his Mumbai home in a burglary attempt on Thursday. After the attack, Seff was admitted to Lilavati Hospital, where he is undergoing surgery and was reportedly out of danger. According to CEO of Lilavati Hospital, 2 of his injuries are deeper. One of the injuries is closer to his spine. A senior police official confirmed that an FIR has been filed and multiple teams are investigating the case. The Mumbai Crime Branch is also conducting a parallel inquiry to ensure a thorough investigation. And in India's Republic Day parade this year, a total of 40 aircraft, including 22 fighter jets, 11 transport aircraft and 7 helicopters will participate in the flypast.
The IAF marching contingent will consist of 4 officers and 144 other personnel, marching in a box formation of 12 rows and 12 columns. The marching contingent will be led by the Commander M. Singh. Air warriors participating in the RD parade have been selected through a stringent process from across the Air Force. The contingent undergoes an intensive practice session of 7 to 8 hours every day, starting at the VRs around 4 am in the morning. 121 musicians of IAF will participate in the meeting retreat ceremony. The conductor for this ceremony will be Warrant Officer Ashok Kumar.
It was also informed that Agniveers will also be part of this marching contingent this time.
Next formation is beam formation, comprising of 1 C-17 and 2 Su-30. We have Amrit formation, which is pure fighter formation, comprising of 5 Jaguar aircraft. Vajrang formation, comprising of 6 Rafales. Trishul formation, 3 Su-30s flying in Vic formation. The flypast will culminate with single Rafale carrying out a vertical chally after crossing the dais.
And now all the news from the Maha Kumbh, the largest religious congregation in the world. It was an extraordinary moment for a 21-member international delegation who has arrived in India to witness one of the largest religious and cultural gatherings in the world, the Maha Kumbh Mela 2025.
Invited by Government of India, these representatives from 10 countries embarked on a sacred journey to the Sangam, a confluence of Ganga, Yamuna and Saraswati.
We never thought that this event would be such a heartfelt movement of humanity, and out of the religious and the pilgrimage, it's a perfect discovery of human nature itself.
The Maha Kumbh, and it's something new to me, full new experience that I never ever saw before. I mean, 144 years the event is happening, and we were lucky enough to attend such an event, which is really beautiful. 400 million people are expected by the country for this event for the whole month. What an organized place, What a very nice security we saw. Lovely.
The delegates from Fiji, Finland, Guyana, Malaysia, Mauritius, Singapore, South Africa, Sri Lanka, Trinidad and Tobago and the UAE enjoyed a breathtaking aerial view of the Maha Kumbh. The delegation shared their experiences.
I want to thank the government of India. I want to thank the people of India for inviting us, for looking after us, taking care of us and educating us. This is something that we will take back home to our families back in Fiji.
We have all been part of something exceptional, and no matter our belief, we have been part of this huge Hindu family.
I feel honored, very honored to be here because it is happening after 144 years. And I just hope that everybody who came to get their spiritual cleansing is going to go back to their houses feeling blessed.
As the Maha Kumbh Mela continues to captivate hearts and minds of people from around the globe, the sacred rituals and profound cultural exchanges serve as a reminder of the deep connection between faith, tradition, and humanity.
The Maha Kumbh 2025 has certainly made its mark on the global map. This is not just a spiritual gathering. It's a confluence of cultures, confluence of emotions, and confluence of devotion. The mega festival will run till February 26th. With camera person Rakesh Kumar, this is Siddharth Bharadwaj reporting for DD India in Prayagraj.
Still to come on this edition of DD India Live. US investment research firm Hindenburg shuts down. Founder Anderson cites all-encompassing nature of the work as a reason. Qatar's Prime Minister arrives in Damascus for talks with new Syrian leadership. And US Ambassador to India Eric Garcetti says 2611 accused Tahabur Rana will likely be extradited to India soon.
Geopolitics and trade deals. Economic challenges amid development. Hard work and the path to prosperity. It's the economy, always. Between walkers, money is what money does and says. Supply creates its own demand. Between the bulls pulls and bears tears. When supply chains globalization and India rises to the podium. We'll get you centered with the Economic Brief at 8 p.m. every Thursday on DD India.
Welcome back. You're watching DD India Live. I'm Tanvi Taneja. The Bharat Mobility Global Expo will be held in New Delhi from January 17th to 22nd, 2025. The event will feature major automakers unveiling and launching a range of concept and production-ready vehicles. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will inaugurate the second edition of the event. DD India's Tapas Bhattacharya reports.
Welcome to Bharat Mobility Global Expo 2025, India's premier global mobility show, bringing the world's leading automotive and mobility players under one roof.
Now in its second edition, Bharat Mobility Global Expo will be inaugurated by Prime Minister Modi on Friday. The event is a game changer for the mobility industry, uniting the entire value chain to co-create the future of mobility. The theme for 2025, Beyond Boundaries, Co-Creating Future Automotive Value Chain, emphasizes collaboration, innovation and sustainability to drive cutting-edge advancements. Spanning over 200,000 square meters across three iconic venues, Bharat Mandapam in New Delhi, Yashobhumi in Dwarka, and India Expo Center and Mart in Greater Noida, the six-day extravaganza promises unparalleled opportunities to connect, innovate, and inspire. With over 9 concurrent shows and 500,000 visitors expected, the Expo showcases the full spectrum of mobility solutions, from electric and hybrid vehicles to connected and autonomous technologies, sustainable urban transport systems, battery technologies, and beyond. International participation is at an all-time high, with 5,100 global players joining forces to shape the future of mobility. Adding to the excitement are 15+ conferences, bringing industry leaders together to share insights and spark new ideas.
The good part about the show is like we get the entire audience of the industry, right from the top decision makers, from CEOs to purchase heads to right to the bottom level of probably aftermarket mechanics. So we get the entire spectrum of the automotive industry at the show.
Supported by the Ministry of Commerce and Industry and hosted by leading industry associations, Bharat Mobility Global Expo 2025 highlights India's growing prominence on the global mobility stage.
Bharat Mobility Global Expo 2025 is shaping the future of mobility in the country. The event is an opportunity to connect, innovate and inspire. Bharat Mobility Global Expo 2025 is where the future of mobility begins. With camera person Gaurav Giri, this is Taposh Bhattacharya for DD India from Delhi.
US Ambassador to India Eric Garcetti has said the 2611 accused Sahavur Rana will likely be extradited to India soon after the completion of legal formalities. In an interview to DD India's Ramesh Ramachandran, the envoy also talked about India hosting the Quad Summit later this year and the talks that were held in New Delhi to restore the sovereignty of the Chagos Islands, including Diego Garcia, to Mauritius.
When can the US be expected to extradite Sahavur Rana to India?
Well, look, this is a great example of how close the US and India are. We share a counterterrorism mission, but our hearts have also been broken by the pain of terrorism. And it was our investigation, criminal work that happened that got him, and we've been committed to the extradition as well. I'm confident it will happen in the next few weeks or latest couple months. The final appeal is with our Supreme Court, who has never overturned a successful extradition decision, which is what we have achieved in US courts. And our criminal justice experts have been working with Indian ones. As soon as we get a little bit of paperwork from India and that final rejection from the Supreme Court comes, he will be here to serve time, to be held accountable, and to send a message. I can't speak for a court, but it literally should be in the next few weeks.
India is looking forward to hosting the Quad this year here in India. How do you look at the trajectory of the Quad relationship now and also going forward?
The Quad is indispensable. You look at the way that President Trump elevated in 2017 the Quad. President Biden took that baton and moved it even to a new level, hosting the leaders in his own house and his hometown. And because India traded with us, that means India gets to host a new president. The elections in Australia will have a prime minister and a new prime minister in Japan. It's a great opportunity in the second half of this year to have 4 great leaders of the free world here talking about humanitarian assistance, vaccines and healthcare, energy and climate work. It's really become a platform for everything from cancer moonshot to training the next generation of IT professionals and researchers. We know the Quad reflects that we see the world strategically in the same way. It's not about any common enemy or other country, but it stands as a strong vision of what an Indo-Pacific should look like, a place where people can trade freely, can vote freely, can move goods freely, and never have to look over their shoulder worrying about whether their borders are sacrosanct.
Another issue that's taken place during your tenure in New Delhi was the negotiations on the Diego Garcia status among the US, the UK and Mauritius, and those talks were held here in New Delhi on your watch. Could you throw some light on the status of that deal? Is that a done deal, a settled issue? I think you left with the incoming administration, the US, to take it forward?
No, we just rent directly from the UK. So that was a UK-Mauritius direct negotiation. But India cares about the Indian Ocean, and we've obviously had very important assets there that help counterbalance the world and ensure an open, prosperous, free Indo-Pacific. So I think US and India have been aligned there. We are happy to have an advisory role with UK and Mauritius, but that is now a done deal between the two of them. They came to terms which righted some of the wrongs of the past, had a fair price moving forward, and ensured the security of all of us.
On to West Asia now. Israel has accused Hamas of backtracking on parts of the Gaza ceasefire deal announced a day earlier and said cabinet will not meet on the deal until Hamas's agreement is confirmed. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's office said in a statement that Hamas has reneged on parts of the agreement reached with the mediators and Israel in an effort to extort last-minute concessions. The statement added that the situation created a last-minute crisis. The statement further added that Israeli cabinet, which is yet to approve the agreement, will not convene until the mediators notify Israel that Hamas has accepted all elements of the agreement. The statement did not specify which parts of the deal were at issue. However, two senior Hamas leaders on Thursday rejected Israeli allegations that the Palestinian militant group was backtracking on elements of the Gaza ceasefire and hostage release deal announced the day before. Intersec 2025, the world's leading trade fair for security, safety and fire protection, concluded today at the Dubai World Trade Center, solidifying its 25-year legacy of driving industry innovation. The event featured emerging technologies like IoT, Internet of Things, AI and blockchain addressing global security challenges. The Security Leaders Summit highlighted key issues like event security, supply chain resilience and the transformative role of AI in safety practices. India showcased its growing prominence with a dedicated pavilion by the India Trade Promotion Organization, fostering strong trade ties with the UAE.
We are here at Intersec 2025 Dubai, where we have showcased our product, which is ProVR. It's a virtual reality-based skill development platform that is used for blue-collar workers. Intersec has been a great opportunity for us both to understand how good our content is, and we've done a good job, and how useful the solutions that we've developed in India for Indian companies can be for the larger Middle East and European market.
That's all for this edition of DD India Live. Do let us know your thoughts on the news of the day. Connect with us on our different social media handles at DD India Live. And you can also download our DD India mobile app for quick news and updates on the go. We'll be back with more news as it breaks here on DD India. I'm Tanvi Taneja from all of us here in New Delhi. Thank you for watching. Namaskar.